Coverage on two big political stories this morning. Jennifer Leslie outside the state capitol with results of the Republican runoff in the governor's race. But we begin with Jennifer Bellamy in the newsroom following breaking developments. A Georgia lawmaker under fire for what he did on a cable TV show, resigning.
Well, Representative Jason Spencer has submitted his resignation to House Speaker David Ralston effective at the end of the month. Now, this all comes after he was featured on an episode of Who is America, a new cable TV show with Sacha Baron Cohen. Now, Spencer believed he was participating in a counterterrorism video and repeatedly shouted out the N-word and later dropped his pants, then his underwear. He has apologized, but that hasn't been enough for many people. Spencer did lose his re-election bid earlier this year, but 11 Alive discovered that if he served the rest of his term, he'd be eligible for lifetime health benefits and a legislative retirement package. The state's Legislative Black Caucus had scheduled a news conference for today with the House and Senate caucuses calling for Spencer to step down. It's not clear at this point if that will still take place today.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. And the other big political headline, the stage now set in Georgia's governor's race following the Republican primary runoff. Brian Kemp defeating Casey Cagle in a landslide. Kemp with 69%, Cagle with 31%. Jennifer Leslie live outside the state capitol this morning. Jen, Kemp already on the attack against his Democratic opponent, Stacey Abrams.
Wasting no time using his victory speech last night to set up what he calls a clear contrast between the two. He also said the tweet last week of support from President Donald Trump and the vice president's visit over the weekend poured gas on the fire and fueled the Kemp surge. Remember, he came in second place in the May primary, then went on to win last night by way more than any poll or pundit predicted. He's already painting Democrat Stacey Abrams as the candidate of the far left.
We are a red state. And for that matter, we don't need the radical left telling us how to live, worship, or raise our family.
Our exclusive poll last week showed Kemp with a 2-point lead over Abrams. If he won the nomination, that's considered a statistical tie. Casey Cagle congratulated Kemp in a tweet last night, and Governor Deal tweeted that Republicans need to unite behind Kemp.
All right, Jennifer, thank you for that. And to see results of all of the races, look at the ticker at the bottom of your screen. Also, head on over to 11alive.com. We have full comprehensive coverage and all of the candidate profiles posted there. New this morning, an APD officer involved in a serious crash overnight. This happened on Metropolitan Parkway near Decker Avenue right around 1 this morning. Take a look here. The dramatic video showing the patrol car flipped over. No word on a cause, but we're told the officer will be okay, recovering in the hospital. That's one of the top stories we're following on this Wednesday morning.
A growing cash reward to find 3 men wanted in a deadly attempted carjacking. Atlanta homicide investigators hoping the $5,000 payment and fresh eyes scanning this surveillance video will crack the case. The trio captured running away from the crime scene on July 13th. The victim, a 35-year-old woman, shot and killed in her car near the Burger King on Metropolitan Parkway.
I just started going into all the cabinets and making sure that we didn't have any of the numbers that I found on the website, but then I just decided to just throw everything out.
Consumers being extra cautious and purging their pantries of Goldfish and Ritz crackers following several voluntary recalls. So why are they happening all at once? The answer is a key ingredient, whey powder possibly contaminated with salmonella. You may have noticed the CDC reporting on more multi-state outbreaks than usual this year, but the agency says the data does not show an increase in actual foodborne illnesses or outbreaks. They're just communicating more.
That's in the White House now, pro-veteran, but I don't think it trickles down to the people who actually are doing the job.
Accusations of neglect in Conyers. Dozens of disabled vets at Daily Haven Adult Day Healthcare say they aren't getting the services promised by the government. Daily Haven's financial officer claiming the VA owes them $10,000 and is refusing to pay. All of this apparently stemming from a paperwork issue. 11 Alive called a rep for the VA. We're told they're working on it.
And that is your Rush Block. The time now is 6:06. This morning, hashtag Pray for Demi is now trending. Many of you are wishing pop singer Demi Lovato well after she reportedly had a drug overdose. Liza Lucas has been following your conversation from the 11 Alive Bridge. And Liza, this is just a heartbreaking update in her recovery.
So many people are sharing that same response, Francesca, that's for sure. We've been following this conversation on social media overnight. Now, some good news to report is that she is awake and she is with family. This after the pop star was hospitalized yesterday after a possible drug overdose. TMZ originally reported Lovato had overdosed on heroin, but has since backtracked and said it was another drug. The 25-year-old has been open with fans about her struggle with drugs and an eating disorder. And just last month, she released a song called Sober that hinted she'd had a relapse after 6 years of sobriety, and just a wealth of love and people sending their strength out to her. Ellen DeGeneres saying, I love Demi so much. It breaks my heart that she's going through this. She is a light in this world, and I'm sending my love to her and her family. Ariana Grande, a very simple I love you right there. And Kesha, others, Lily Allen, Adam Lambert, Joe Jonas, all chiming in. I mean, this is a huge outpouring of celebrity support. And these are just the celebrities. Obviously, her fans have had a huge outpouring as well, guys.
Thank you, Liza. Feels like Demi Lovato has been part of our lives for many, many years. You remember she was a big Disney star.
Oh, yeah.
So my daughter and I have watched her for years. It's like she's a member of the family, 25 years old. I'm just so thankful that first responders were there to use that Narcan to revive her and get her to the hospital, because it could have been way worse.
And she's also battled a lot within the past. I believe it was 8 years. In 2010, she had to check herself into a treatment facility. She was diagnosed with bipolar then. She's had mental disorders. She's also, I believe it was bulimia or anorexia.
Yeah,
bulimia as well.
Yeah.
So she's been battling a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been kind of like an up and down ride for her. And a lot of experts say that relapses are kind of part of that recovery. But unfortunately, you know, you talk about these relapses, and we see it so much, not just in the celebrity stars, but millions of other regular folks like ourselves. All it takes is one overdose, and, you know, maybe someone's there not to give that Narcan or to help her. So, yeah, we wish her the best with everything.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of love from her celebrity friends, so hopefully she'll bounce back.
Pray for that.
All right, the one thing you need to know weather-wise today, we're going to see some isolated showers begin to pop up later on this afternoon. I'm thinking after 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. 40% chance, folks. Just grab the umbrella and take it with you just in case you need it.
All right, one thing you need to know about traffic is actually 3 things. As promised, there they are, the big 3, and boy, are they in good shape. 75, 85, Georgia 400 speed, still hanging in there in the 60s, condition green, but I just saw one of the sky trackers, and the volume is coming. All right, Francesca Amaker, you gonna rise up?
Yeah, something like that, but there might be one person that's not trying to rise up. So we are just one day away from the Falcons reporting to training camp, right? But it looks like all of the Dirty Birds won't exactly be there. So who am I talking about? Wide receiver Julio Jones, and he plans to hold out as he argues for a new contract. But I guess he has money to blow since, you know, he can be fined $40,000 for every day that he misses. Keep in mind, Jones signed a 5-year deal in 2015, but he is upset likely because, you know, that yearly salary of his has since been passed by several lesser wideouts in the league. Ooh, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And looks like the review site Yelp is getting into the healthcare business. Well, kind of. It's just been announced that they're expanding their Lives program nationally, which displays health inspection information for various businesses. Kind of neat, right? So the program actually began in 2013 in San Francisco, and basically Yelp works with local governments and a scoring platform that pulls together health inspection reports across the country. Right now, about 200,000 businesses are in that program I just talked about, and they're now hoping that that number will more than triple. And now it's time for a segment we like to call So They Say. And it's good because it's summertime. So they say a misconception about sunscreen could leave you burned. A new British study found most of us get less than half of the protection from sunscreen that we think because we don't use nearly enough. So researchers at King's College London assessed just how much sun protection people actually receive based on typical use. They found people don't receive the full ultraviolet radiation blocking benefit of sunscreen. Why? Well, it's because they're applying it very thinly. It's more thin than what manufacturers actually recommend. So that's why they recommend people use a higher SPF than they think is necessary to block the sun's cancer-causing rays. Chesley?
Well, ahead on the Morning Rush, women outliving men, but why? We're looking into the factors into their longevity.
Freezing torture. A Roswell police sergeant under investigation for leaving a soaked and frozen teenager in a cold car.
A winning ticket sold, which means the Mega Millions jackpot starts all over again. Hey, there's still a chance you could have won something.
And Izzy, our puppy with a purpose and future guide dog from the Guide Dog Foundation, is here, and he's so darn cute. Look at him. Welcome back to the Morning Rush, 6:14, the current time. What a beautiful sight. Big day for sports fans in the Metro. Today, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, they're going to open and close the retractable roof with a push of a button. Now, the demonstration is kind of a big deal for the engineers who ran into a few hiccups. We're going to be there. We got a crew live. We'll have more on 11alive.com. Sheba?
As they say, it's the little things, Crash.
Yeah.
Okay, so only two things are guaranteed in life. We've told you before why taxes are due in mid-April. As for the other guarantee, it seems women have learned how to delay death better than men. So why do the ladies live longer? Our Why Guy explains.
Equality. Women have fought for it, for the right to vote, for equal pay. Fear not, ladies, when it comes to longevity, the numbers are in your favor. Women live longer than men, and the gap is growing. Why? The life expectancy for men is 76 years, while for women, it's 81. The primary reason women live longer can be found swimming through a woman's bloodstream: estrogen. Heart disease is the leading cause of death here in the United States. While doctors are still studying it, it appears that estrogen helps fight heart disease by increasing good cholesterol and decreasing the bad. Estrogen also helps with blood flow. There are also studies that suggest the structure of a woman's DNA helps resist the premature aging of cells. There are several other factors, but perhaps a man's shaky relationship with his doctor is also key. Several physicians told me that, in general, men are a lot more hesitant to go to the doctor, especially when it comes to yearly checkups. It means while men are already at a higher risk for heart disease, it appears they aren't doing all they can to prevent that and other health problems. So when it comes to longevity, women simply do it better.
I'm trying to nudge Chesley to work out harder. It helps with heart disease. The older you get, you do the tough workouts.
Yeah. I mean, and you don't even have to work out hard. You just have to work out. Get off that couch, move a little bit, and do your thing. But y'all have nice DNA.
We do, and
Just
a lot of
wanna let you know.
estrogen. So that's, evidently, we're going to live long. That's good.
I never knew estrogen had something to do with that.
Same.
I like it. I like our odds. If you have a question for the Why Guy, Jerry Carnes, send it on over to Facebook, Twitter. Everything is right there. Also, email. Take a little screen grab there of everything you need to know.
I don't think we
Still
can do
thinking
anything to
about it?
reverse that. No, I know. It's in your bloodstream. It's in your
Yeah.
DNA. You know what I mean? I'm just going.
Yeah. And what Jerry forgot
before
to
you.
mention is that we're just a better
He said I'm just
species.
gonna
Better species.
Better species. We're all the same species.
Look at that.
We're the better agenda.
There you go.
We have a few clouds overhead. Ending, folks. Clouds getting out of the way. That's good news. That means we'll get some sunshine in early on at least. 83 degrees by noon. By 4 o'clock, we'll hit 87. That'll be our daytime high. 40% chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm. We'll drop down to 85 degrees by 7 o'clock tonight. Really, this is the only game in town. The area of low pressure that's bringing us a chance for the showers, that will continue for this afternoon, but it is moving out. That means drier air will work in here for the next couple of days. In fact, it's going to be nice around here as we head toward the weekend. You're looking at light green, which means a 0 out of 0 to 5 here on our legend up here at the top, which means we're not looking at much in the way of any severe weather, but there could be some brief heavy downpours on you, some frequent lightning. Here's how it plays out in the forecast track model. There's the clouds filling in. See how white they got there? Thicker clouds. By 1:30 this afternoon, you got the showers developing. There will be some embedded thunderstorms here and there, which could be some brief heavy rain, also some frequent lightning associated with it. They'll last at least through early evening before drier air works in, and then we'll be sitting pretty from there, looking at some beautiful skies, beautiful weather coming our way over the next couple of days. But with that increased sunshine, of course, the temperatures will be going up. Take a look. We got 91 degrees on Thursday, Friday 92. Dry again Saturday, 91 degrees for the high temperature. On the latter half of the weekend, Sunday, it'll be a 20% chance, very weak chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but better chance as we head into the work week next week. Time now for a check on the traffic. Here's Crash Clark.
Thank you. We're sitting pretty in the rush hour. We're just sitting a little bit longer as the volume starts to take over. And here it is, 85. Not bad making the transition off 316. It's until you get down to Steve Reynolds and Beaver Ruin. 400, quiet for now, but believe me, in the blink of an eye, all of a sudden, there it comes. Here comes folks on 570. 75. So here we go. The big three, condition green for 75 and 400. Same thing for 85, but look at the speed down to 54 miles an hour. And look at the crowds from 316 down through Spaghetti Junction. Sheba?
Stepping away from fashion to refocus, Ivanka Trump shutting down her iconic clothing brand.
And it's a show music fans have been waiting for, and guess what? It's gotten closer to Atlanta. The details when we return on Morning Rush.
Welcome back to Morning Rush. Here's a look at the top 3 things you need to know before heading out the door. At number 1, dramatic new images out of Greece, where raging wildfires have claimed at least 74 lives. An unknown number of people are still missing after massive flames swept through a seaside resort, trapping people in their cars. More than 20 adults and children trying to escape were found dead, huddled together just steps from the sea. And at number 2, the man accused of burying a baby alive under piles of sticks and debris in the Montana wilderness heads to court today. Prosecutors say Frank Crowley was high on drugs when he got into a single car accident earlier this month. He told officers he buried the 5-month-old boy in the woods because he was too heavy to carry. Officers found the baby 9 hours later after locating Crowley's wrecked vehicle. That baby suffering only minor scrapes and bruising. And at number 3, farmers hurt by the ongoing tariffs and trade war, well, they're getting some help. The Trump administration announcing a $12 billion aid program for farmers. The aid will go to soybean, cotton, dairy, and other farmers. It'll kick in right around Labor Day. Fran and Liza, time for ClickPicks.
All right, we will take it, Sheba. So, of course, I'm live at the 11 Alive Bridge. This is where it all goes down. All things trending. You know, we want to make sure you use that hashtag Morning Rush ATL to let us know what you're talking about as well. And, Liza, we have some cute ClickPicks for him this morning.
That's right. This is what happens when you use that Morning Rush hashtag. You end up on ClickPicks.
Love it.
Got an adorable back-to-school wrap. I'm starting to sense a theme here, Fran, as we go back to school. Take a listen to these incredible 6th graders.
Yeah. I do not break the rules. Yeah. Teach them to do something. Yes, now it's.
And they keep going. I'm going to put it on the Morning Rush Facebook page so you can check it out in full. Those kids at the Recreational Exchange Center. We love it. We love it, guys. Keep it coming. We will keep sharing.